Hi everyone, today I'm going to demonstrate how to easily search ISU's Textiles and Clothing Museum online collection database. When you arrive on the homepage, you will see this menu on the left-hand side. It includes our homepage, which where we are, and then also the 6 ways that you can search our database. It also includes a link to our museum homepage. There are 6 ways to search our collection. You can use a keyword search. So this is really just best if you are searching the collection and you don't really have a particular object or other specifics you are searching for. It's kind of a fun way to just, if you want to look for 1920s things, you can look that in keyword search and see what pops up. Advanced search helps you search more specifically within our 3 catalogs. So we have 3 catalogs: the archives, the library, and the objects catalog. So if you know a particular object ID or a particular narrow search criteria that you want to use, this would be the space that you would move into. Random images is a really fun way to search the collection. It auto-populates new images on the page every time you refresh it. The archives, library, and catalog, objects catalog are ways to narrow your search within these particular catalogs. So they each contain different types of items. So archives is items such as documents, newspaper clippings, illustrations, photographs, and other things that are like 2-dimensional typically. The library catalog includes items in our collection that are mostly books or other types of similar published materials. The objects catalog, this is really where the bulk of our items are in our collection. They include our textiles, our clothing, our accessories, shoes, patterns, and we do have some other non-clothing and textile objects in this catalog. So I'm going to scroll back up here, and so in the keyword search, it has one search bar here, and again you can search generally across multiple fields for any catalog record that we have in our database. Each search option has guidelines and tips, and they all include the following. You want to be conscious when you're doing phrase searching and how you insert those keywords. There's also the option of using a wildcard, which involves an asterisk, and then also you want to be aware of the and or statements. So if you want to search for a specific phrase, you want to be sure to put it within quotes. So for example, you'd want to search in the bar with quote Jado, Ralph, Ricci. And so you'll notice that I put it in here without capitalization, and because the searches aren't cap sensitive. So if I hit search, then you'll see here that these 2 records contained that exact phrase. You can also search with the asterisk, and this is a wildcard, and so it gives you all the records that might have the particular prefix that you use in front of the asterisk. So here I type, the example is histor with an asterisk, and so this would give you all the records that contain history, histories, historical, etc. So if we go here and do histor, oops, and I put it in the back, I put it in the front, you have to put it in the back, and then here we go. And it gives you all of the items that are within this. And there are a lot. There are 867 records, not surprising. So then if we also, you want to notice that there is a default connector between words. So if I were to just put Women's Institute into the search bar, it would come up with records that are associated with both women's and institute. But if you want to find records where both keywords are found, you'd want to type in between those. So you'd want to type women's and institute. So again, the advanced search here this is really a way to narrow your search. You can look for an object name or an object type. For example, I could type in bodice, and hit my search, and it would give you all of the records that have the word bodice within it, or that are labeled as bodice. You can see that here. You can also search people. Maybe you have a particular designer, maybe someone who owned the garment, the maker, the retailer, or the donor. You can also search a description or a keyword. So maybe you want to type in, find all of the objects that have the word silk in it. And so if you search silk, you'll obtain the following records. And so it found 40 results, and so ivory silk, etc. You can also search for a particular year. So I can search, for example, 1920, and it would pull up silk records that are from the 1920, and we don't have any of those. So I'm going to delete silk and search just for records that have the date 1920 associated with it. And so we have one record there. You can also search place, and if you have the particular object ID, and then also you can search, we do have a number of books in our collection, so you can search the call number as well. Random images. Again, this is a fun way to search the collection, and it populates random images every time. So you can hit view more images, or you can refresh the page. So again, this is really, really fun. This is the archives catalog. Again, this would just search within the catalog that contains largely two-dimensional, non-textile and clothing objects, although there are some textile and clothing objects in this catalog. The library catalog largely contains published materials or books, and then the objects catalog, again, this is the bulk, and it includes most of our clothing, accessories, shoes, accessories, etc. And that is how you search the catalog.